Greetings from St. Perpetua Community. I've been reading a lot of articles and reflections lately, especially in the religious and spiritual fields, that are trying to make sense of what our world, our nation, and we as individuals are experiencing during this time of pandemic. One writer for the Jesuit magazine America went to an obvious source to understand isolation: Trappist monks. Monks live much of each day in solitude and silence, broken by common prayer several times throughout the day, from the earliest hours of the morning to their final prayer, Compline, before going to bed. That last prayer at night always includes words from Psalm 91. You will not fear the terror of the night, nor the arrow that flies by day, nor the plague that prowls in the darkness, nor the scourge that lays waste at noon. One of those monks interviewed said the words of that nightly psalm have suddenly hit home and become very real. The interviewer wrote, because of COVID-19, many of us are living in a way like monks, enclosed and isolated in our homes. But unlike the monks, we did not ask for or want this situation, nor is it one for which many of us were spiritually prepared. There's so much truth in that statement. Ill prepared is a good description for what many of us are experiencing. Our schedules and daily routines have been interrupted. The important things that define us, like work and school, social interaction, and the freedom to do whatever we want and go wherever or whenever we wish, have been curtailed or eliminated. We've lost our grounding. Our lengthy pause can serve as a reminder of what it means when life gets consumed by busyness. One monk described quarantine as a chance to get over the fear of solitude and find the actual comfort in being with something that transcends a life scurrying from this to that. You must return to yourself to find that which transcends yourself, however you name it. Being comfortable with solitude and silence, to be open to the deeper currents of life, the movement of the Spirit, that's a blessing, not a curse, if we open ourselves to it. There's a danger, however, in over-spiritualizing our present situation. Most of us are on the sidelines of this tragedy. Nearly 1 million fellow citizens have been infected by the virus, with the poor being disproportionately at risk. Nearly 60,000 Americans have died. Doctors, nurses, and first responders are putting their lives on the line daily. Millions of working-class Americans and small businesses are unemployed or underemployed, hurting and scared. Where will their next meal come from? How will they make rent? What if they're sick? How are they going to pay their student loans? We need practical, collaborative federal, state, and local efforts to mobilize diagnostic testing kits and find effective ways to trace those who have been infected. We need ventilators and hospital staff with protective gear. And we need major economic reform to get us through this, the pain which will be felt for years to come. The struggle isn't over. The new day has not yet dawned. Our prayer and faith in God's loving care has to be joined to the practical work of making a change in our world and our country, and doing whatever we can on our part to make those changes happen, to advocate for specific policies that will promote the common good.